Serenity and Endymion, Usagi and Mamoru, Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon.
Why'd you say all their names?
Just in case. You never know who will complain in the comment section.
You forgot, Neo Queen.
Thank you, Ellie.
So on a scale of 1 to Sokka, how's your relationship with the moon go?
My number 1 favorite anime of all time is... you know the answers. Let's say it together. 3, 2, 1... Sailor Moon. This is by far the most famous magical girl.
Did I mention bitch?
You knew I was going to pick these bitches. Even their own creator hated them.
The Kiwa, unbelievable.
Yep, she's stupid.
Uranus and Neptune. They have the gall to say they're on a mission and the others will only get in their way. It's just flat out bitchy. We have to make the ultimate sacrifice. You children wouldn't be able to handle it. We may have to kill innocent lives, but we're willing to do it to save the world. This is our mission. Oh, don't give us that isolated crap. They think the other scouts are too naive and that they're the only ones who can save the world. When it all ends, they respect the scouts and move on with their lives, but return in Season 5 only to act more obnoxious. You two need to get over yourselves and learn to get along. Sailor Moon has the Imperial Silver Crystal and she defeated Queen Beryl and Wise Man no thanks to you. You think a little apocalypse is gonna scare her? Now as for controversies, there were 3.
You don't have the moral high ground.
Crystal! I don't care if you're holding the one object that can save our planet, I'm just gonna take it so that we can be cool and stuff. God, she's arrogant.
Michelle and I know Elsa Gray very well. I used to compete against her before I found out I was Sailor Uranus, and Michelle was friends with her because they were in art classes together.
But that was when the visions of impending disaster started coming to both of us.
Huh?
And I was finally allowed to reveal my other identity to Amara. To tell her that I was Sailor Neptune, and that she was Uranus. A Sailor Scout.
Not again.
They say you're as fast as the wind, but I hate to lose.
I guess you could say that, Elsa. Although I don't think Amara appreciates where she comes from.
That's nonsense.
Maybe it is. But then why are you always running from it? Your destiny is set. Your past and future are forever intertwined, and nothing in the world will change that, whether you accept it or not.
In that moment, I knew Michelle had felt the same way I did. But obviously, she had stopped running and accepted her destiny. But the look in my cousin's eyes was so intense, so full of knowledge greater than I could imagine, that I was even more afraid. I knew if I stopped running now, there'd be no escape. You know, just because we're family doesn't mean we agree.
How about we talk over hot chocolate?
No, thanks.
Huh?
I've made up my mind for good.
All right.
Thanks for coming, by the way. I know you're busy training for the Grand Prix.
I thought it was important. I know that we have really grown apart, and I know it's mostly my fault.
I know you have a lot on your mind lately, and it must be hard to keep your head on straight when you're everyone's sports idol. You know, I mean, you're the high school superstar everybody's talking about.
Well, riddle me this, Batman. How can you paint such bleak pictures when you're always Miss Blue Skies? And why do you always paint water? It's like you're obsessed with it.
There's more to me than meets the eye. Just like you're more than a top athlete. I know why you always do things that involve speed, Amara, but you can't always run scared. We are who we are.
Don't say that. You don't know what feelings I have, what goes through my mind, and I've chosen to try and make a life for myself that includes happiness. You can be a slave to destiny, Michelle, but don't try to drag me down with you. I've had a glimpse of what's to come, and I don't like it.
Oh, you're not the only one, Amara. My dream has always been to play the violin and be able to paint to my heart's content, but that's all over. I've got a greater job to do, and part of that is to help change the future. That's what you're running away from, isn't it? But you can't, Amara. We need you. That's your fate, Amara. Once you touch that stick, your life as you know it will be changed forever and all time.
That's enough! There's a little kid in there! Why did you have to blast so hard? Don't you have any feelings?
Amara, you don't understand. With the forces we're dealing with, it's all or nothing.
But what about the innocent victims?
Trust me, this is the only way to handle them.
How can you be so cruel?
Where's the monster?
It's gone, and the little boy seems to be just fine.
They usually are. As long as we beat them in time. I'll never get used to it, though. It's hard, knowing how much depends on my success and planet power.
Then why didn't you want me to pick up the stick before? You need my help, Michelle. No one can keep fighting like this alone.
Because I don't want to be the one to end your journey, your race to escape your destiny. If you're going to accept this life, then it has to be your choice. Truth is, you do have a choice. You can leave that stick untouched, and it won't be offered to you again. You'll be free to do whatever you want. You can fulfill your dream to race cars, Amara, but it won't have to be because you're running away anymore.
I'm always running away, though. I've been really selfish.
You weren't being selfish. You were just following your heart. A heart that's pure and good inside. And I can't think of anyone I'd rather face all this with than with family. Deep down, even though it's really tough sometimes, I was so glad when I found out that you were Sailor Uranus, my long-lost partner. I know it's a big decision, so I just had to tell you everything.
No more running away now, or ever.
I think we better step in before she takes off with that crystal.
Right.
You incompetent moron! Look.
He reveals that his one wish from the Shikon Jewel was to make Kikyo's heart his. Not sure if too lazy to put in the effort for her, or accurately showed the right amount for someone like Kikyo. With how they both treat other people and how annoying they really are, they deserve each other, so they can both die in a fire.
I'm sorry if you feel that way, Mr. Vulcan, but my heart belongs to my sweet little Natsu.
Yeah? Well, I see your mind's...
ああ、マナ。
こんな大切なものを。
気にすんね。ひねずみの衣は十分役に立ってる。
すまなかった、犬夜叉。そうとは知らず、何度も射抜いてしまった。
気にしちゃいねえよ。それよりお前が渡すって言って。
again?
Transport! What's the point? Since you guys think you're cooler than the others, you think you can just fly around the city all pimped up and such? Haha, you're running, we're flying, la 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 la. Yeah, well, the joke's on you since the chopper is attacked and it's blown up. Get going, bitches.
You really are that stupid, aren't you? You can't just...
It's coming straight for us, Sailor Scouts! Brace yourselves! I knew I should have brought an umbrella. Sparkling wine pressure! Crescent beam smash! Mars fire ignite! There are millions of them! And they just reshape themselves! It's like fighting Jello that's gone really bad! We need some serious power! Try again! Cover me while I try and reload.
Careful, you don't want to overtax your energy reserves.
I'll be fine, Doctor. I've completed my task.
Care to fill me in?
Mugen School is now the Omega Zone, shielded by dark energy, impenetrable. No one will be able to set foot in here without an invitation.
Excellent. What's with the hand?
It will bring the chalice to me.
Fire! Ignite! Mercury bubble blast! Ah! Venus! Moon spiral hard attack! Teleport while we're in the clear. Ready? Mm-hmm. Wait a second. What's that? Sailor Moon, look out! Let me go! No! Sailor Moon! No! Let her go! Come on, you guys, pull! We can't let him take her! Hold on! Don't Oh no, she's gone! Sailor Moon! What are we gonna do, you guys? We can't teleport now! There have to be 5 of us, and we still can't blast these slimy beasts! Got a bad feeling. I'm trying to figure out how to get in. Or hope that she gets out on her own. There's gotta be some way in there, though.
Looks like there's some kind of barrier around the building.
My guess is a negative energy force field.
You think that star-shaped opening is a trap?
There's only one way to find out.
Hang on then, we're going in. This can't be good.
They're going to take us down! Uranus!
Sailor Moon, Uranus, and Neptune are led to Mistress Nine as she tries to trick them into helping her through the daddy trick. Professor Tomo regains himself and wants Sailor Moon to use her chalice to rescue his little girl. Being that gullible and ignoring the sailor bitches, she hands over the chalice. Naturally.
I hate you. I really, really do. This...
Across town, Haruka and Michiru are on a date at the local aquarium. Wow, you bitches had time for us? They notice the shooting shards in the sky as it strikes people.
They're not gonna fall for that.
To talk about the one no one expected to be good. Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Inuyasha technically falls under this category, as he tried to kill anyone in the way of the Shikon Jewel. Given the circumstances, however, I'm more inclined to talk about Sesshomaru, as he never really showed any sign of changing his ways. Sesshomaru is a deadly Inodai yokai, who only respected strong yokai such as himself, and saw those seeking the Shikon Jewel as pathetic and weak. He would often threaten his father to hand over the Tetsaiga to him, but was always denied since Sesshomaru had no one in his heart worth protecting with his very life. He was, however, offered the Tenseiga in order to teach him compassion towards others, but he felt it was a useless item that can't be used in battle. He hated humans, hated the fact that his father died protecting a weak human with his half-brother, and naturally hated his half-brother Inuyasha. He even went as far as to tell Inuyasha that he revived his dead mother, only to threaten to kill her unless he tells him where his father's grave is. FYI, the grave is in Inuyasha's eye. Feudal demon magic, who knew? But no matter what, Sesshomaru vowed to take the sword he wanted by any means necessary, while still wondering why his father chose Inuyasha to have it. But then, after he's found resting from injuries he suffered in his last battle, an orphaned girl named Rin found him and tried to nurse him back to health. He would of course try to scare her away, but she kept coming back to his surprise. Later on, he discovers her corpse as she was attacked by one of Koga's wolves, and was just going to ignore her, but felt compelled to test out his father's sword to see if it could work. She comes back to life and decides to travel with him throughout his journey. It's through his relationship with Rin that he decides to ease up and leave things the way they are. He still hates most humans and his brother, but he won't go out of his way to attack anyone now that he has someone worth protecting. He even visits Rin every once in a while at the end of Final Act while giving her some gifts. Aw, he's such a little sweetie. Oh, don't you get...
Unbelievable.
Okay, actually, maybe one of them did a sort of 90, but we love him anyways. As for Vegeta, where does one even begin? He was a prideful prince of all Saiyans. Still is. And took out many planets to show how powerful he really is. He travels to Earth to wish for immortality so he can avenge his people by taking out Frieza, but still manages to kill a lot of people in the process. Since defeated by Goku, he vowed to destroy him and all who cared for him out of his own prideful vengeance, while also having to worry about Frieza. With Goku mostly taking the glory for defeating Frieza in an epic battle, it seemed like Vegeta kept drawing what he sees as the short end of the stick. His people are gone. The one guy he hates keeps beating him and taking his vengeance kills, and now has nothing to look forward to besides maybe one day killing Goku to show that he is more powerful. But then, something happened. Something we never imagined could happen, did happen.
Arrogant dick!
Spoiled sow!
You!
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 My room, 10 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much that. Basically, he randomly forms a relationship with Bulma, who is honestly the only human who can handle his crap, and gets her pregnant. Still, it does take him some time to adjust to the family life, as his only goal was to be stronger than Goku. That is until the Buu Saga, as he is sadly possessed by Babidi with his blind ambition to defeat Goku while ignoring a possible apocalypse. He ultimately uses up all of his power trying to take out Buu, while only thinking about Bulma and his son Trunks. Now he is a happily married man with 2 beautiful children, even if he's too proud to admit it, but he'll still do whatever he can and even fork over his pride in order to protect his new home. So while this series is known for villains turning good like Tien,
You are a f***ing liar, you're a hypocrite, you are no different than the f***ing SJWs you criticize.
Non-Highness? No! How about you? Don't think so. We're the better team after all. Give up?
Sailor Moon!
Give up, goof off. You're outmatched and outnumbered. Ugh.
I am your princess. I am ruler of the Moon Kingdom.
What's happening? Neptune!
I can't hold her!
You win! Princess!
Uranus, Neptune, are you guys all right?
Yes, Your Highness.
We pledge our allegiance to you. You have proven your worth beyond doubt in the end.
Please accept our pledge of honor, future Queen Serenity.
Yes, but the end?
We could not leave this place without knowing who our leader truly was.
Now we have discovered the true sovereign and saved our future. If you'll allow us, we would like to continue our journey.
The true sovereign? Who was it finally?
Someone very down to earth.
Who sees goodness where others do not and lights the way for them to follow.
Goodbye, Your Highness.
Uranus! Neptune!
So long, Sailor Scouts. Keep up the good work. We hope to see you in the future.
I'm glad we lost for once, aren't you?
See, Uranus and Neptune? You can get along with others and work together. Hell no, we're not working with them. We'll consider them our enemy. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This upsets the other two scouts, Healer and Maker, so they decide to work alone. Thanks a lot, bitches.
Oh my god.
Tus caderas ocupan mucho espacio. ¿Por qué no te pones a dieta? Tú eres la que deberías hacer algo con tus michelines. ¡Ay! Selena, di algo, por favor. Suéltala. ¡Que la sueltes! ¿Es que no oyes lo que te digo? Si ahora está herida, es por culpa tuya. Luchad, proteged vuestro planeta. Es vuestra obligación, pero no volváis a involucrarnos a nosotras. Murisukino, tú eres la causante de todas nuestras desgracias. ¿Cómo podéis ser tan crueles? Nos cruzáis en nuestro camino. Hasta nunca. Hasta nunca. Ya no volveremos a vernos nunca más. Televisión Galaxia. ¿Qué? ¡Esperad! ¿Qué pensáis hacer? Luchadora. Imagino que no iréis en busca del enemigo. No debéis ir, perderíais la vida. Dejadnos en paz. Solo seguíamos viviendo para proteger a nuestra princesa. Teníamos la esperanza de reconstruir nuestro planeta, pero esa esperanza ha desaparecido y ya no tenemos ninguna razón para continuar viviendo. Además, Guerrero Galaxia tiene que pagar por lo que hizo a nuestra princesa. Escucha, la princesa no quería que sucediera esto. ¡Cállate! No podéis entender cómo nos sentimos ahora. Haced todo lo posible para proteger a vuestra princesa. Luchadora. Lo siento, pero no tenemos otra opción. Debemos vengar la muerte de nuestra princesa.
Disavowal. To this day, it's nowhere to be seen. She's allowed.
Yeah, it's really sad that your mom died and your dad doesn't love you but uses you to fight a giant robot, but that doesn't mean you have to act like a pretentious emo throughout the whole anime!
And with that, I'm ready to start the morning! Drinking beer instead of coffee? Since ancient times, Japanese people have marked their mornings with white rice, miso soup, and sake. That is how it's always been. Maybe for you that's the case. Hey, back off.
By the way, one more question. Do you know whose turn it was to make breakfast today? At first it surprised me that you weren't married at your age, but now I understand why that's the case.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I too crass?
The sloppiness doesn't help.
Oh, that's enough out of you.
Thank you for breakfast.
That description of Shinji from you working out for you now, because it clearly blew up in your face with that clip that I showed you. Believe me, I have a lot more evidence to prove that. Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I too crass?
The sloppiness doesn't help.
Shinji is a spineless, emo twit.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, look! Salt. Sasuke and Sakura from Naruto. Oh boy, I have been waiting for this day. Everything in my adult life has been building to this. Fuck you, Sasuke! Sakura, you deserved better. Girl, level to me woman to woman even though you're fictional. This fucking douchebag has left your team, knocked you out on multiple occasions, nearly got your friends and teammates killed, betrayed the entire village out of revenge because he wasn't hugged enough as a child or the mangaka was just fucking lazy, nearly got the entire world killed, and then made your teammate lose an arm, and then your whole village decides to welcome him back like the prodigal son, even though he's traipsing around and still hasn't found his stupid ass. Girl, you lied to Naruto's fucking face about not liking him. Then you go traipsing around with his ass who's already left the goddamn village once and still hasn't found himself. Sakura, you don't need him. You can break a brick wall with your fucking pinky and are an amazing healer. You want kids? Feel more satisfied with him? Fine. Use his ass as a sperm donor. Just don't put a ring on it. But seriously, after all the bullshit Sasuke pulled, seeing her take him back so easily is BS. I don't care if he's the prodigal son returned. He's a loner douche who's caused more pain and sorrow than joy. So here's to you, Sasuke, you selfish fucking prick, and the girl who clearly deserves better.
Okay, that right there, that was messed up.
Oh my fucking Lord! There is
isolated. Huh? It's not about your parents scolding you. You have no idea what it means to be alone.
Why are you saying that?
Because you're annoying.
You, Sasuke, you selfish...
No, fuck you. You incompetent moron. Look.
Dragon Ball Z. There is no doubt that Chi-Chi loved Goku and wanted to be his wife, but in the later years we're seeing just how bad of a wife she really is. When it comes to being a mother, she's an incredible one as she is able to raise a powerful child while making sure he has a secured future. As a wife, however, it's as if she really had no idea who she was marrying. Referencing Musco X's video on Is Vegeta Nicer Than Goku? He covers Akira Toriyama's analysis over the Saiyan mentality. It makes sense for someone like Vegeta to take pride in his wife and child, for one of the many duties the royal family has to perform is securing a partner and birthing a royal heir. Outside of the bond Bardock and his partner had, Saiyans don't usually recognize family members any more than their colleagues. Goku's behavior genetically programs him to treat his wife and child like they are his friends and nothing more. This is why he prioritizes his training above family's well-being. It doesn't mean he doesn't care for them, but rather treat them like as if they were colleagues. You would think Chi-Chi would eventually understand that, but she still expects Goku to be an ideal husband and father. He needs to spend more time with Gohan and his studies. He needs to stay around and help Chi-Chi when she wants him. He needs to learn how to drive so he can take her to the grocery store and help her with the groceries. Why couldn't she get a driver's license? This world isn't sexist or anything, considering how Bulma can drive any kind of vehicle on this bloody planet. Relationships are supposed to be a partnership where each person needs to understand the other in order to make it work. But with Goku's primal behavior and Chi-Chi's demanding expectations, it's a miracle how these two are still together.
Why am I even trying?
なんと麗しいお姿。
どうにかしろよ、この兄弟。
Second, what the hell is wrong with you?
But she still expects Goku to be an ideal husband and father. He needs to spend more time with Gohan and his studies. He needs to stay around and help Chi-Chi when she wants him. He needs to learn how to drive so he can take her to the grocery store and help her with the groceries on this bloody planet. Relationships are supposed to be a partnership where each person needs to understand the other in order to make it work. But with Goku
to clear my head, and that's all.
From me. And that explains your lack of research. Jesus Christ.
Still hasn't found himself. Sakura, you don't need him.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Move it! Naruto, you are so dead.
Hey, whoa! It was an accident!
You're finished!
Level ninjas. All the Genin will be grouped into 3-man squads. Each squad will be led by a Jonin, an elite ninja.
There!
That's it, Naruto!
What? Why'd you do that? Somebody is following us, I mean it!
Yeah, right! Quit lying and acting like a dumb kid!
I'd do something with you if you want.
What? Hey, that was a private conversation! Beat it!
Do the same for the bridge. I think this bridge will stand for a long, long time.
Girlfriend? Huh?
Well, you could tell she's really crazy about me, huh?
Hey, Konohamaru, are you okay?
That's it! Drop him now or I take you apart! You got that, fool?
You're the fool! Making threats isn't going to help, Naruto! Naruto! You idiot! Why'd you say something like that? You obnoxious little... Oh, hi, everyone. Don't mind him. Sometimes he says these spazzy things. He doesn't really mean them. They just kind of come out. He's got this condition, you know, kind of a psychological thing. He really should be on medication. Now, see,
Sakura?
Quiet, Naruto.
Ow!
Yeah, right! Get out of here! What is this, a kennel? Not in front of me, you don't. Find a bush or something. Hey! Knock it off! You better not say anything bad about Lee!
I'm gonna open and read this scroll.
Naruto, can't you get it through your empty head? We're expressly forbidden from opening the scrolls before arriving at the tower. Idiot! How'd you ever get to be a Genin? Ow! What do you think you're doing? Back off!
Well, so much for that.
What's the matter with you?
Mother!
I'm asking you how, you stupid little troll!
All right, smarty pants, how do you propose we do it?
Well,
Sakura!
You're the one who forgets!
Huh? What are the three of you up to?
What are you talking about? We're just 3 wandering ninja. It's not like we want to see what's behind your mask or anything.
You idiot! Don't say any more than you have to! What are you, crazy? You perv! Need to concentrate. Go wait outside.
Huh? What? Well, that's nice. What'd she do that for?
No peeking!
Can't you forgive me, Sakura?
No! I will never forgive you for this!
Kill me! Wait!
Naruto! Shut up!
What's that for? Kakashi-sensei, you're all crabs!
We wouldn't be so crabby towards you if you weren't such a jerk!
See, you're doing it again! That's just what I'm talking about!
Looks like it's almost...
How about a little cheerleading for the hero of the story here?
Shut up, Naruto!
What did you have to go and clock me in the eye for, Sakura?
I couldn't help myself. I got too excited. I ought to put you in the hospital! You really thought you could just dump that guy on me and then come here and stuff your face?
Well, yeah, kinda.
Talking about, have you completely lost your mind?
Well, what do you know?
Did you do what I think you just did?
Slow down, Sakura. I was just showing him.
Gohan, we may have a chance now, but you'll have to give it your all. Remember, he may look like your dad, but you can absolutely not hold back!
Abandon me for a year with Piccolo! Send me off into space! And the next time I get to see you, you lost your damn body! You're not even you anymore!
I don't know where he gets that from.
You know, it's not so bad. I mean, sure, I've seen more people die than most people my age. Or really, most people in general. Then again, I don't really know anyone my own age. My best friends are a 26-year-old dwarf and a giant green alien who constantly hits me. Still, better than my dad. At least they're around. Huh, where did that come from? What would Dad do in this situation? Bye, son! I'm beginning to think I have issues. And now, last but not least, bring back my dad!
Bring back his dad!
I cannot do this.
What?
The one called Goku is still alive.
What? He is?
That's great. Then just wish him here.
Dragon, will my father hear?
Sorry. Can't do that either.
Okay, what?
The one called Goku wishes not to return.
Pardon?
He said your father wishes not to return.
I heard what he said. I want an explanation.
Well, I'm sorry. Wishing all your other friends back to life and building a planet has left me a little worn out. He doesn't want to come back. End of story.
Mom, what happened?
Your dad is dead! For good!
But he just got back from his training. After getting back from Namek. After getting back from his training. After being dead. Bye, son.
Can't talk, eating.
Oh, you are just like your father.
In what regard?
Well, you're strong and brave, and look at you in that gi.
It was the only thing he left me.
Aw, that's sweet.
You always tell me to use the pain of loss.
Ranger. But yeah, cool. I want to fight me some androids. I haven't had a good fight since Freezer.
Wait, so the first thing we do after you get back, after being gone for a year and a half, is train.
I know, I'm excited too.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Trunks?
What's up?
If you don't mind me asking, you know me in the future, right?
Yeah, actually, you were my mentor.
Oh, wow. What does adult me like?
Well, I suppose you take a lot after your father.
In what regard?
You're the strongest, bravest warrior on the planet.
Okay, good.
You know, it was awfully nice of you to come join me, Gohan.
I never really had a choice. You basically kidnapped me.
Oh, come on, Gohan. You can't kidnap your own kid.
I don't know if that's true. I'll have to read up on that.
Alright, Gohan. First thing we're gonna do is focus on getting you Super Saiyan. Now, it won't be easy because Krillin's not here to die for you. But I think with some crunches, pull-ups, and plenty of milk, you'll find your way.
Oh, well, if you really believe in me...
Also, we're gonna fight. A lot.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
No, you're an
Psyche Slam.
Where have you been? Chi-Chi? You're sick! Do you hear me? Sick! I've had it! You're always gone, you never earn a zenny, and all you do is train!
Chi-Chi, what are you doing with that? You know how I hate shots!
Now hold still!
Number 4, Sasuke and Sakura, Naruto series.
Because you're annoying.
You just had to go back to your old ways, didn't you, Sakura? At the start of the series, these two were nothing more than a one-sided crush. Over time, however, as Sasuke leaned towards the role of villain, Sakura actually matured into a shinobi who could stand on her own 2 feet. At least until the end of the Great Ninja War, where she divulges that she's still got the hots for the last Uchiha. One time skip later, and what do we get? Sakura raising Sasuke's daughter while he's off being his angsty, emo self. Good. Dragon Ball Z.
What did you do with my son?
To be honest, we're not sure who is more ill-suited for who. Goku, even after all of these years, still has no comprehension of what marriage means except giving his wife the occasional child. Chi-Chi, on the other hand, has a temper that could probably scare off Frieza and constantly yells at Goku.
Hold it right there! Now, let me get this straight.
We know from back in the days of Dragon Ball that Chi-Chi was deeply in love with Goku. But other than that, there's been no real romantic interaction between the two. Granted, Saiyans aren't exactly the most romantic of species, but come on, even Vegeta puts in more effort.
Oh, he's nothing but a...
How can they do this to people?
It's the minister who supports this sort of cruelty. Ultimately, he put the child emperor on the throne so he could be in control. As for me, I'll never end up like this. I am going to survive this hell no matter what happens.
The minister, huh? What kind of monster is this guy?
Administrator Shoy, for speaking out publicly against our policies and interfering with matters of state, we decree you shall be drawn and quartered. Did we make the right decision, Minister?
Oh yes, Your Highness. You're the wisest ruler the Empire could ever dream of.
Is that meat again? You eat that a lot.
I want to enjoy it now while I'm young and healthy. Oh no! Oh no!
Your Majesty, the minister is deceiving you! Please, I implore you, open your ears and hear the voice of the people!
Well, Minister, did you hear what he just said?
Seems the poor fellow's lost his mind.
Right. You've never led me astray before, so this man must be insane.
My old friend. Why must it end this way?
No, please! Your Grace, if you don't stop him, he'll lead the Empire into ruin!
Please, Your Grace, no need to worry. You can count on me to look after that beautiful wife you're leaving behind. I'll be sure to satisfy all her needs. And I do mean all of them.
No! You can't let this happen! He can't do this! He must be stopped! Someone! Anyone! I'm begging you! That man is a demon! Can't any of you see that? Please! Please!
Anyway, Leone, what did you find out? Here's the deal. The targets are Ogre of the Imperial Guard and Gamal the Oil Merchant. And according to the client,
Ogre has been accepting bribes from an oil merchant named Gamal. So whenever he manages to get himself into trouble, Ogre finds a way to pin all of the blame on someone else. My fiancé fell victim to the—
Stylish.
I love a good dramatic introduction. The very definition of stylish.
You've captured my masculine grace.
Oh, great. Now there's this guy?
Oh my, you're just a little country boy. You're just too adorable by far.
Huh?
I'll polish you up in no time. All those weapons are my fabulous designs. The hands of God. Perfector stylishly increases the wearer's dexterity hundreds of times over. Oh, I am just living for this.
Imperial arms? This could get ugly. I'd better tell the boss.
I know it's important to help people, but I must be vigilant and locate Night Raid. I must, for Captain Ogre.
Those are some nice punches there, Seryu. You're getting stronger every day, aren't you?
I was lucky and Imperial Arms chose me. So now I will make myself more powerful. My father told me something before he died. Justice must never submit to evil.
Oh? Well, if you're that eager to improve, I could give you a trump card. How'd you like that?
You'd really do that?
I know a doctor who's been looking to perform a few experiments. But I should probably warn you, the procedure's gonna hurt like hell.
No problem at all. I'm willing to do anything I can to help the fight against evil. Those monsters murdered Captain Ogre. Night Raid. You will...
Do not forget, Kakura. I hold your heart right here in my very hands.
Natsu. It's you. I thought I'd never see you again. Unit to specialize in covert operations such as recon and assassinating targets. That's why they created Night Raid. We're only putting out one fire at a time right now, but when the Revolutionary Army decides to make its move, I was surprisingly calm. I couldn't believe how quickly he died. My friend was so scared she started shaking. But my head was completely clear. When it was all said and done, the events of that night were written off as self-defense. But I never heard from my friend again after that. And then... a few days later, the man's friends came to get revenge. They told me they'd killed my parents and they were going to kill me next. Despite all the awful things they said, I was incredibly relaxed. I killed them. All of them. One by one. That was the moment I realized what I must do. I'm good at this. At killing. Maybe because I'm a little crazy. If I kill bad people, I can make the world a better place. I was a solo assassin in the capital when the Revolutionary Army scouted me out.
Calling back General Esdeath.
Forgive me, Minister, but General Budo is already here.
I'm sure the great general has better things to do than hunt down a gang of bandits.
Esdeath, huh? Her accomplishments are equal to that of Budo. We can trust her.
She slaughtered 400,000 tribesmen by burying them alive.
You conquered the northern tribe incredibly quickly. Most impressive, General Esdeath.
I can't believe you were the best they had to offer. How very disappointing. Will we ever find an enemy out there who... It's beautiful, isn't it? Your precious home burning to the ground.
You bitch! Just finish me off!
I feel like being merciful. I think I'll take pity on you. I'll allow you and your friends to go free.
Like hell you will, if you don't just kill me. I swear you're gonna wish you had never come to this...
Listen well. Such is the fate that befalls those who are weak. Don't like it? Make yourself strong.
Don't you understand?
Of course not. I feel no empathy for the fragile. The strong feast upon the flesh of the weak. That's the law of the land. Those who die are not strong enough.
My real wish, you say? That's right. Now I remember. All I wanted was Kikyo's heart. It seems I won't be joining Kikyo.
Okay, I'll be over here on the sofa.
You can sleep in the bed tonight. I won't do anything to you.
Oh, yeah. I should probably take a shower.
Just so you know, if you wander around the palace or make any attempt to leave, you will be executed. Please do not try anything foolish.
Don't worry about me. That's true. The guys warned me about how dangerous the palace is.
I should have had a shower together. Well, no reason to rush things.
Anything. But when I woke up, she was spooning me.
Point of view. From this girl's point of view, she is the hero, defending her people, and those who follow under her kingdom are good, while those who defy the empire are pure evil. From our main character's point of view, however, this girl is twisted.
Seiyu Ubiquitous, a die-hard loyal soldier to her empire, with an emphasis on die-hard. From the outside, she's a wide-eyed, strong-headed young lady that would typically be the leading character in adventure-type shows. But in reality, she's an aggressive fighter, killing her foes in the name of justice. She claims that her people, being the good guys, are never wrong, and fight with honor and dignity, unlike her disgusting enemies. But then we see her playing foul, and she uses a hidden gun in her mouth to stun her opponent just long enough until her loyal companion can slaughter her. That's a low blow that certainly made us hate this character even more.
Naturally, as she's fighting Mine, she turns to desperate measures in the name of justice by trying to take Mine out with her. Regretfully to her, this does not work at all, as Tatsumi was able to save her just in time. And so we watch this once gung-ho soldier for justice cry her tears, wondering how it all went wrong for someone as good as her, as she dies from her own explosion.
A blissfully ignorant character to the end, watching this arrogant soldier die by her own hands. Trying to take out evil and failing at it was certainly a satisfying death for us.
You moron.
God fucking damn it, this makes no sense! Fuck this stupid fucking shit!
Fucking hypocrite.
Yep, she's stupid.
It all just make you wanna puke. The moral grandstanding, the virtue signalling, the emotional incontinence.
Listen, allow me to translate for you. Ahem. The fact that people are calling me out on my bullshit when I refuse to show evidence for my baseless claims is really upsetting. I thought I could just take advantage of the fact that women are blindly believed by everyone, so I'm so deeply hurt that you're actually skeptical of my claims.
Like trying to explain to her, hey, you know, Robin, I disagree with what you said. You know, I think Kikyo isn't a bad character. And what does Robin do? She goes, what you talking about, man? You're just a triggered feminist! Yeah, that is how Robin acts. I mean, if you disagree with anything she says, she will either block you or send her legions of fans to attack you, which is what happened to ZV96, you know, when he made that tweet, he had to delete his whole Twitter because her stupid fan base attacked her. Dad, whatever his name is, he told me that, hey, you know what, when I called Robin out on Soul Eater, she actually went as far as to call an harassment hotline on me. That's right, everyone. Robin cannot handle criticism to the point where she will either block you or harass you over the phone. That complete scum.
Harassment is, as someone had mentioned, it's not just what is legal and illegal, right? Harassment is threats of violence, but it's also the day-to-day grind of you're a liar, you suck.
I think we forgot to mention Kirito and Asuna. No.
That's
so
wow.
funny.
That was a good joke.
Am I wrong? Seriously, am I wrong? Play that again.
Hannah and Lark are going to kill you.
I filled the jar. Let me subscribe just because we don't like this show, but love to make fun of it. Jokes are jokes.
Well, cry me a fucking river, because you haven't earned the right for anyone else to give a damn.
Oh, bloody fucking ironic. Oh my.
This is gonna be very, very interesting.
machine. Looking in and spreading through the land. He was the ragamuffin, so the biggest of land. They were hoping that wasn't me. How people shopping without money. Still I see a man pass with 16. You take one, you get one free. In Marianne, woman taking up those and bandy. You take one, you get one free. They break into my sport, take all the candy. You take one. Bernadette? The owners them didn't come to open the store, so people use chainsaws to close up the door. Now they call him Tarzan in Lebanon. See them out on the roof with their machine gun. Took him in and spinning through the land. He was the ragamuffin, so the biggest and grand. I think I'm going in the shopping street. Whoa, wait, now save some for me. Now they take all the bills from the pharmacy. You take one, you get one free. I even see some policemen and the army. You take one, you get one free. I tried to take a generator, but it's too heavy. You take one, you get one free. People take all the tires from Hayes and Company. You take one, you get one free. A woman taking a phone to feed the whole country. You take one, you get one free. All the soda from the Coca-Cola Company. You take one, you get one free. Look the one with a brand new Mustang GT. You take one, you get one free. People driving rental car without the key. You take one, you get one free. I take a back home, I close for don't fix me. You take one, you get one free.
You serious?
People like Evangelion, Sword Art Online, and Cells at Work. Stop criticizing me. I hate constructive criticism.
Orion. But you know what I have? Integrity. Intellectual honesty. I have the ability to admit when I'm wrong. I have the ability to apologize. I have the ability to look at things as objectively as possible when it comes to a legitimately serious topic. So it really disappoints the shit out of me when someone like her, who has so much influence on so many people and who, even if you really didn't personally like her books, does have legitimate writing talent, can so flippantly ignore shit if it doesn't fit her agenda. It fucking baffles the hell out of me how someone can be directly confronted with unfalsifiable evidence to the contrary of what you believe and still blatantly refuse to accept it. It's one thing if there's a counter-argument based in some realm of facts or reason. It's one thing if someone brings up some point to support their claim and you bring up points to support yours, and at the end of the day the only real clash going on is a mere difference in opinions rather than a debate of facts. It's one thing if someone brings up some argument pulled straight out of their asses that has no basis in fact or reality or doesn't even have solid evidence to support it. But it's something totally different when you're confronted with the facts, the shit supported by evidence that can be demonstrably proven by every single reputable source in the world, and you just blatantly refuse to accept it. That's what J.K. Rowling does. That's what she and everyone like her does, be they on the left or the right. There's people on the left
Inuyasha! Kagome! Kagome!
Inuyasha!
Kagome!
Inuyasha!
Just a dream.
If you're gonna steal my bet, you could at least try to look a little happier. That's it, I'm done doing nice things for you. I just sleep on the cold hard floor. This is the kind of things you get me. スターでここ来てんねんぞ。その前にお前らがヤバなっとるから嫌々ながらも助けたってんのに、なんでお前を先にアイゼルと戦わしたらなあかんねん。
そうだな。少し気がせいた。今のは忘れてくれ。
忘れてくれ？そんだけかい。もっとごめんなさいとかなんとかあるやろ。なんとか。
すまん。
聞こえませんな。
すまん。
こっち見ろや。
すまん。
なんやその謝り方。心がこもってへん。
すまんって言ってるだろ。
大体なんや。そんなガキみたいななりして隊長羽織着よって。ほんま隊長なんかお前隊長ごっこかと思ったわ。
だから俺が悪かった。
大体わかんで当てたるわ。ガキのくせになんやずるして隊長なれたもんやからち ころ言えんねやろ。せやからそないハゲなこと言えんねん、ハゲこら。ハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲハゲチビ。
Every season of Dragon Ball, except GT. Who the hell even likes GT? Thank God for Super and all of its ridiculous. There's no need to take any of it seriously, especially Super. Just sit back.
Between the parties has gone so deep that it no longer matters what the facts are. People are so blinded by their own convictions that at the mere prospect of a different viewpoint, they immediately think that that person is the enemy, that that person should be ignored. I have Nazis were shitty people. If you have one single opinion on the contrary to someone else, you are the enemy. That's the fucking climate we live in. Fuck legitimate debate, fuck listening to other people, fuck any kind of civilized dialogue between people, because if you don't think exactly the same as me, then you're the enemy. Every time I see the Joe Rogan podcast, I see the same shit in the comments. Either this guy's an SJW cuck, fuck him, or this guy's a racist Nazi, fuck him. I love shows like the Joe Rogan podcast because he goes out of his way to invite people of different viewpoints on. He's had people like Milo Yiannopoulos and Ben Shapiro on, and he's had people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Philip DeFranco on. One of the guys I do my podcast with is far more to the right than me, and guess what? He's always one of the first people I ask if he wants to come on. Why? Because the two of us can put aside our disagreements in politics or social issues or whatever, of which are few and far between anyway, and just have fun watching videos and playing video games. I never in a million years what other people have to say. Not many people are like that anymore. Most people are divided into two teams rather than actually talking about it. We're living in a game of ideological hockey, where we beat each other up and shit talk one another for the terrible crime of thinking a different way. It's one thing if you're criticizing somebody or debunking an argument. It's something totally different when you're trying to demean them as a person and treat them like shit for having that opinion in the first place. Oh, you belong to this fandom? Fuck you. Oh, you liked this video game? Fuck you. Oh, you think this economic policy is better than mine? Fuck you. Oh, you want to sit down and have a discussion like two human beings and try to come to a general consensus that may prove that we have more in common than you actually think? Fuck you.
What we're saying is we'll respect you if you respect us. Except GT. Who the hell even likes GT? We've made worse jokes in the past with other animes, such as, she just got Marco'd. This brought up a sensitive scene people cried over from Attack on Titan, but people got a good laugh out of it. Me repeating Schrödinger getting shot over and over again just for fun. It was gory, but people still got a laugh out of it. But when it comes to making fun of Sword Art Online, that's when people say we go too far.
Oh, you think? I can't possibly imagine why.
I think we forgot to mention Kirito and Asuna. No.
That's
so funny.
That was a good joke.
Hey, but at least there's still a better love story than Twilight.
Understand that you love the show, and though we do not understand why, we can all agree that we all have our different tastes in anime. Cells at work. Who asked for this? And everyone's got an opinion. Except GT. Who the hell even likes GT? In the end, you can like what you like, as we can do the same. You can make jokes, and we can make jokes. As long as we can respect each other's opinions and different tastes. But like us, who do not like that show, debate with each other like well-behaved human beings should.
What?
You have your opinions, and we have our own. We need to respect each other as well as learn how to take a joke.
You unself-aware fucktard. You live
a f***ing liar, you're a hypocrite, you are no different than the f***ing SJWs you...
It's fucking retarded that this is the world we sit down and talk shit out. It's fucking retarded when I see people bitching about one thing somebody said and demeaning them as a person for saying it. It's fucking retarded that somebody as well known as J.K. Rowling can claim to be holier than thou and then proceed to blatantly ignore every single fact thrown her way just because it doesn't fit her agenda. I'm so fucking sick to death of this political war because two sides of the same fucking coin that are literally no fucking different from each other can't get along in any goddamn circumstance. Live action combat roles. And you know what? If I ever become such a fucking moron that I'll be presented with unfalsifiable evidence that proves my points to the contrary like J.K. Rowling did, I dearly hope that someone blows my fucking brain out. Because I cannot for the fucking life of me understand how someone like her can go out of her way to be such a monumental fucking idiot. Not everyone that thinks differently from you is a fucking Nazi. Not everyone that thinks different from you is a fucking SJW. So can we cut the fucking bullshit already and actually talk about the facts? Can we have a fucking legitimate discussion, hear what people have to say, and try to come to the same fucking understanding? Because if not, fuck it. Let the crazy little faggot in North Korea fire off one of his toy nukes. Let's do it, guys. Nuclear Armageddon. Fucking restart this fever dream of a planet. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I really don't feel like choosing between the crazy fucks on the right or the crazy fucks on the left.